Okay, now we have another topic once again with me as well. It's chapter number 2 again, and we have a topic Internet and World Wide Web. All right. Well, when we talk about the content of this one lesson, we will cover what is Internet versus World Wide Web, what is the hardware and software, what are the requirements, BSTN versus Internet calls as well, cellular networks and satellites, IP addressing, CIDR, subnetting and IP classes, private and IP addressings, URL and domain name as well. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Well, firstly, when we talk about what is an internet and what is World Wide Web, so internet is basically infrastructure when you are going to connect more than one computers over the network. So internet is basically a massive network of networks, and it is connecting a million of devices, and it uses basically two types of protocols. Number one, TCP, and the number two is IP. Remember that TCP is the main protocol, and all the protocols basically lies under this protocol, and these two protocols are basically used for the communication and provides the infrastructure for the global data exchange. Well, when we talk about what does it mean by the protocols, so protocols basically आपके पास set of rules होते हैं that governs the communication across the network. The second thing is this, what is World Wide Web? So World Wide Web is basically once again a collection of multimedia web pages that will be stored on the websites as well. Well, when we talk about World Wide Web, it basically stores two types of protocols. The number one is HTTP and the number two is HTTPS. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and the HTTPS basically stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and S is basically for secure. You can say the safe. You will call it secure as well. So these two protocols basically work with HTML. HTML is basically a tagged language, and that language will be used to write down the any kind of code if you are interested to make a website. So these two protocols are basically used with this kind of code just for the web content, and basically it uses your website basically use URL. These URL basically used to identify the web pages. So www is accessed, you can access any kind of website using a web browsers, and the web browsers you can go for Chrome, you can go for Mozilla, and you can go for obviously Firefox, Safari and all that, and Edge as well. So internet is basically is the road system, you can say, that will be help out you to discover any kind of website using a different web browsers. Second thing is hardware and software needed for internet access. What kind of hardware and software is basically required if you are supposed to connect to with the connection of internet as well. So hardware requirements पे हमारे पास जो पहली चीज़ आती है that is basically device. Obviously what which device you want to be connect with over the internet. That could be device, laptop, that could be mobile phone, that could be smartphone, that could be laptop as well. Number two, we need a connection. Obviously what we need a wired connection or we need a wireless connection. So the connection could be telephone line or mobile network connection as well if you further categorize it. And the third thing is this, we need a router. That router means a wired or wireless. And the fourth one is modem, and the modem basically for internet signal conversions. When we do talk about software requirements, हमारे पास क्या होती है when we need to connect our system, or I can say our laptop to with the network. Number two, we need a connection from the ISP, internet service provider, and we need a web browsers to search the content over the network. That could be used to Chrome, Edge, Firefox. So a smartphone connects via Wi-Fi router, and ISP provides basically access to the internet. Number three, which is very important, which is called PSTN, with internet calls, public switch telephone network, and internet calls. When we talk about public switch network, so the connection, इसके features क्या है? It basically provides you connection. It works well when power cuts data used. It can be its speed is basically lies between 10 MB for the 10 minutes. Equipment जिसके लिए हमें चाहिए होता है वो टेलीफोन चाहिए होता है. प्रोटोकॉल जो हम इसके लिए यूज़ करते हैं that could be analog or digital lines as well. It's called like a telephone. I'm sure you get that my point. IS voice over internet protocols. It basically connection for this kind of internet is a packet switching. In packet switching means that your device can follow different routes. All right. If the one route is faulty, it can go for another route and can be reached on its specified destination. Equipment what we need for the VoIP, we need basically internet phone, mic, speakers, and webcam as well. And when we talk about the protocol, the protocol we need for the voice over internet protocol is obviously VoIP, voice over internet protocol, which basically lets you to call over the network, and it use packet switching. The say fourth thing is this cellular networks and satellites. Cellular networks basically comes when you need to connect your phones via towers, or you can say the providers act as basically ISPs. So these are the towers which you can see in your city as well and everywhere around yourself on the road. So these basically act as an ISP and allow basically calls and internet access to one go as well. Satellite networks, it provides a basically long distance communication and are used for where your cables cannot be reached. Satellite networks, the types of satellite orbits basically LEO, MEO, and GEO. While the height for the LEO is 500 to 2500 kilometer, and it would be used for the mobile network. MEO basically used for the GPS system, and the height is 5000 to 12,000 kilometer, and GEO its height is 35,800 kilometer, and it is basically used for TV and global communication. Well, this another thing factor is IP addressing. We have covered up in that one topic in O levels as well, internet protocol addressing. We will cover up the two types of IP addressings, IPv4 and IPv6. So IPv4 basically is having a 32-bit address. It is and four groups, and all the groups are basically separated by the dot and limited with 4.3 billion addresses with the combination. Next, the extended version of IPv4, because IPv4 was not enough to meet the requirements of the further. So IPv6 was introduced, and IPv4 basically 128-bit address, and the format is written in a hexa, and all the groups will be separated by colon. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is having 8 groups, and the groups are basically separated by the colon. It is written in a hexa and supports obviously more devices, includes built-in authentication routing efficiency as well. Example ये है कि IPv6 को use किया जाता है colon notation के साथ instead of dot, and dot is basically used with IPv4. CIDR subnetting in IP classes. Well, we have class A that ranges 0.00 to 127.55 and all that, and it is basically used for the large type of network. B is another class which will be used for the medium networks, and the C is another class which will be used for the small networks. So CIDR basically classless internet domain, and it basically add a suffix like 1923.30 to 50.0018, and it is the IP address and /18 suffix defining how many bits are used for the net ID and host ID. What is subnetting? Subnetting basically divides a LAN into a smaller network just to reduce the traffic, and it just increase the network efficiency. Private and public addresses क्या होते हैं? We have another further categorized IP addresses, private IP address and public IP addresses. Private IP addresses में आपके पास जो ordinary number होता है वही follow up किया जाता है, and it is used by the LANs not visible on the internet. It is not visible on the internet as well. And public IP basically it is assigned by the internet service provider, and it is used to identify location of device over the internet. Home router signs up private ISPs. Whatever the router we have at our home for the internet connection, ISP will give us to private ISPs with the range of 192.168.1. This is the format basically. So while the router itself has one public IP visible online. You have the main router and the ISP give it to you. It is basically having a public IP address, and when it will assign the IPs to the um, you can say the users at your home, so all the IPs will be private. Moving to the next URL. URL basically uniform resource locator, and it is used to search. It is a text based address and written in the text bar as well, and you can see the when you open a browser to search something else. Structure, the you are supposed to write in the protocol, domain, path and file name. Example क्या है? HTTPS, it is the protocol. All right, it is a hypertext transfer protocol secure. www is obviously domain, and hooter education domain name, and u.co basically it's a commercial, uk is a country code, and computer science it's a file name, or you can say the file path. Examples of a URL, parts of URL as well. Protocol है आपके पास HTTPS, domain host है www, domain name है hooter education, domain type obviously it's a commercial co यानी कि commercial है, and it is being introduced by the UK, and path is computer science. Domain name system, it is a domain name system. Its function is just it will convert domain names into IP addresses. Whatever we write in our browser, the browser send it requests through DNS. Means it will find out the matching IP address. If it finds a matching IP address, it will send back to the computer, and the computer will coordinate with your web server, and then it will send back to the user's screen and display the results as well. Steps क्या है कि अगेन वही बात, द यूज़र विल टाइप द URL इनटू द ब्राउज़र, DNS सर्वर जो है वो चेक करेगा उसको कैशे के अंदर, अगर तो इसको मिल जाता है तो obviously good. In case of no, DNS1 will proceed forward this request to DNS server 2, and if the IP address is returned, find out, it will return the IP address, and that will be stored in the cache, and the web browser connects to the website using this one IP, like for example www.hootereducation.com. So it is having its unique IP address like 107.162.140.1. So it will, the address will find out in IP address in DNS. What is the diagram? It's a very simple, it's a very like informative as well. User, it will send request to the DNS server. This one is a user, and it is sending the request to the DNS server. It is, and then it will send DNS server, it will find out the matching IP address, it will forward it to the again another server as well, and it will, if it found, it will send back to the website server. This will connect to the website server, and website server will see the IP address of all the matching website, and it will again send back to the user's browser, and the results will be displayed on the screen. So this is all cellular networks, PSTN, internet calls, software requirements, and obviously the main topic, which was internet with World Wide Web. Hope so you get that. In case of any query, you just comment, and I will definitely respond your answers as questions as well. Thank you.